mechanical seals fail? Most engineers immediately blame the seal. Poor design, poor material, manufacturing defect. But here's the surprising truth. In most cases, the seal isn't the problem. The environment around the seal is. Think about it. A mechanical seal is one of the most precise components inside a pump. Its sealing faces operate with microscopic clearances. A tiny particle, a small amount of moisture, a little vibration, a slight alignment problem can dramatically reduce seal life. And when the seal finally fails, people often replace the seal without fixing the actual cause, which means the next seal fails too. Today, we're going to decode the real drivers of mechanical seal life. From contamination and vibration, to lube oil system interactions, to separation seals and contamination control, you'll learn why world-class reliability engineers focus on the environment around the seal rather than the seal itself. This is 3D Decode. Let's begin. Next, the seal didn't fail. The environment killed it. Let's start with the most important lesson of this entire video. Mechanical seal failures are rarely caused by the seal itself. That sounds strange, but it's true. Most seals are designed to survive extremely demanding conditions, yet many fail prematurely. Why? Because the environment supporting the seal is unhealthy. Poor cleanliness, poor cooling, poor alignment, excessive vibration, and contaminated lubrication systems. All of these factors attack the seal long before the seal hardware becomes the problem. Think of a Formula One driver. Even the best driver cannot win if the tires are damaged, the fuel is contaminated, and the suspension is broken. Mechanical seals work the same way. Their reliability depends on the system supporting them. And that's why experienced reliability engineers always ask, what damaged the seal? Instead of, which seal should we buy next? Because replacing symptoms is easy. Eliminating root causes is engineering. Next, primary drivers of seal life. Now let's understand the factors that determine whether a seal survives for years or fails within months. The first driver is operating conditions: pressure, temperature, speed, fluid properties. The more severe the environment, the greater the stress placed on the seal. Next comes operating stability. Frequent starts and stops create repeated thermal and mechanical loading. Operation far away from BOP creates hydraulic instability. Both shorten seal life dramatically. Then comes vibration and alignment. Mechanical seals require stability. Excess vibration causes uneven face loading. Misalignment introduces unwanted movement. Both accelerate wear. And finally, thermal management. Many engineers underestimate heat, but seal faces generate heat continuously. Without proper cooling, thermal distortion develops. Fluid vaporization may occur, and seal failure follows shortly afterward. The important lesson is this: seal life is never controlled by one factor. It's the combination of all these conditions working together. Next, contamination, the biggest enemy. If there is one factor responsible for more seal failures than any other, it's contamination. Not pressure, not temperature. Contamination, because mechanical seal faces operate with incredibly precise surface finishes. And those surfaces are extremely vulnerable. A tiny particle can create scoring. A tiny droplet of water can create corrosion. A small amount of debris can begin a chain reaction that eventually destroys the seal. And here's the dangerous part. Many contamination sources remain hidden. Process fluids, environmental dust, wear particles, oil degradation products, auxiliary systems. All can introduce contaminants into the seal environment. The seal doesn't care where contamination originates. It only cares that contamination exists, which is why contamination control has become one of the most important aspects of seal reliability. Because once contamination reaches the seal faces, damage often begins immediately. Next, types of contamination. Let's look at the different contamination types engineers fight every day. First, solid particles. These act like abrasive compounds. Scoring, grooving, scratching, wearing away precision seal faces. Even soft particles can become trapped between sealing surfaces. And once trapped, they continuously damage the faces. Next comes moisture. Water degrades lubrication properties, promotes corrosion, damages elastomers, and creates long-term reliability problems. Then we have air entrainment. Air inside the seal chamber can create dry running conditions. Without a proper fluid film, friction rises rapidly. Heat generation increases. Seal damage follows. Finally, chemical contamination. Some fluids attack elastomers, others attack metals, others attack coatings. The result may be swelling, embrittlement, or complete material degradation. Different contamination, different failure mechanisms, same outcome, reduced seal life. Next, lube oil system tie-ins. Now let's explore something many engineers overlook: the connection between the lube oil system and mechanical seals. At first glance, they seem unrelated, but in reality, they are closely connected. Oil can migrate through multiple pathways, through bearing housings, along shaft surfaces, through separation interfaces. And when oil moves where it shouldn't, seal reliability suffers. Think of the entire machine as a connected ecosystem. A problem inside the lubrication system doesn't stay isolated. Eventually, it affects bearings, then shaft behavior, then seal performance. This is why reliability engineers don't evaluate seals independently. They evaluate the complete machine system because every component influences every other component. Next, how lube oil system affects seal life. Let's look at the direct impact. The first concern is oil leakage. When oil reaches seal faces, multiple problems begin. Surface contamination, process contamination, heat generation, carbon deposits, all of these accelerate failure. The second concern is oil quality. Degraded oil affects bearing performance. Poor bearing performance creates vibration, and vibration affects seals. Then comes temperature transfer. Excessive bearing housing temperature travels through the shaft, eventually reaching the seal chamber, and increased seal temperature often means reduced seal life. This is why lube oil management is so important. Many engineers think lubrication protects only bearings. In reality, it indirectly protects seals as well. Next, critical role of separation seals. Now we arrive at one of the most important protective barriers in rotating equipment, the separation seal. Its job sounds simple: keep contamination from moving where it shouldn't. First, it prevents lube oil from entering the mechanical seal area. Second, it prevents process gas from entering the bearing housing. And third, it maintains pressure balance between different environments. Think of it as a security checkpoint. Without it, contamination moves freely between systems. And once cross-contamination begins, reliability problems quickly follow. But here's something many engineers miss. The separation seal is only as effective as the separation gas supporting it. The gas must be clean, dry, and properly regulated, because a poor quality barrier system creates its own reliability risks. Next, contamination control measures. Now let's discuss how engineers actually control contamination. The first defense is filtration, and not just one filter, multiple stages of protection. Oil filtration, seal flush filtration, gas filtration, each targeting specific contamination sources. Then comes seal flush systems. These deliver clean, temperature-controlled fluid directly to the seal faces, keeping contaminants away, removing heat, and stabilizing operation. Oil analysis programs provide another powerful defense. Particle counts, viscosity checks, wear metal analysis, all reveal contamination long before failure occurs. And finally, proper venting design, because trapped air creates operational instability. Good venting eliminates air pockets and ensures proper circulation. Together, these measures create multiple contamination barriers, because effective contamination control is never achieved with a single solution. It's achieved through layers of protection. Next, installation and maintenance factors. Even the best seal design can fail immediately if installation quality is poor. This is why installation discipline is so important. The first requirement is precision alignment. Even small alignment errors create uneven loading. Uneven loading accelerates wear. Then comes assembly procedure. Torque values matter. Clearances matter. Assembly sequence matters. Ignoring these details creates future failures. Cleanliness is equally important. Contamination introduced during installation may damage the seal from day one. And finally, torque control. Too little torque creates leakage risks. Too much torque creates distortion. Neither is acceptable. The reality is simple. Reliability starts before the equipment ever enters service, and installation quality often determines long-term performance. Next, operational best practices. Now let's look at the habits that maximize seal life. Operate near BE whenever possible. Stable hydraulic conditions reduce stress. Avoid dry running. Few things destroy seals faster. Maintain proper seal flush performance. Flow, pressure, temperature, all matter. Monitor vibration continuously, because vibration often provides the earliest warning, and maintain lubrication system health. Regular oil changes, filter replacement, oil analysis all contribute directly to seal reliability. None of these actions are complicated, but together they dramatically increase equipment life. And that's the difference between reactive maintenance and reliability engineering. Next, early warning signs of seal problems. The good news is that seals usually provide warning before failure. The challenge is recognizing those warnings. One common indicator is rising vibration. Wear and misalignment often appear first as vibration changes. Next comes temperature increase, loss of cooling, poor lubrication, developing damage. All create heat. Visible leakage is another warning sign, and it's one engineers should never ignore. Unusual noises often indicate cavitation or dry running conditions, and oil discoloration may reveal contamination or thermal degradation. But here's the most important lesson. Trends matter more than absolute values. A slow increase over time often tells a more important story than a single measurement. That's why condition monitoring has become such a powerful reliability tool. Next, comprehensive reliability strategy. Now let's bring everything together. Many people believe seal reliability comes from premium hardware, but that's only part of the story. True seal reliability comes from controlling the environment, contamination control, operating stability, temperature management, vibration control, alignment quality, all working together. Think of reliability as a three-legged stool. Remove one leg, and the system becomes unstable. That's why world-class facilities don't focus only on the seal. They focus on the entire reliability ecosystem supporting the seal. Because long seal life is not purchased, it's engineered. Next, interview Q&A, key concepts. Let's reinforce some important interview questions. What's the biggest factor reducing seal life? Contamination, particles, moisture, air, chemical contamination, all are major contributors. How does the lube oil system affect seals? Through oil migration, heat transfer, and vibration transmission from bearing systems. Why are separation seals important? They prevent cross-contamination between lubrication systems and process fluids. Why is filtration critical? Because even microscopic particles can damage precision seal faces. And why does vibration affect seals? Because vibration disrupts stable face contact, creating uneven wear and thermal stress. These questions appear frequently in reliability, rotating equipment, and API-related interviews. And understanding the reasoning behind them is what separates experienced engineers from beginners. Next, core principles for seal reliability. Let's finish with 4 simple words. Clean, cool, stable, long life. Clean means contamination control. Cool means temperature management. Stable means proper alignment, vibration control, and operation near BEP. And long life is the result, not of expensive hardware, but of environmental control. Remember this quote, seal reliability is achieved by controlling the environment around the seal, not by simply specifying premium components. And that single idea captures the entire philosophy of modern seal reliability engineering. Outro. So that's how contamination control, lubrication systems, operating conditions, and environmental management determine mechanical seal life. Because in most cases, the seal doesn't fail. The environment around the seal fails first. And understanding that difference is what separates maintenance from reliability engineering. If you enjoyed this engineering breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with fellow engineers. And tell us in the comments, which seal topic should 3D decode next? API 682 seal plans, seal flush systems, dry gas seals, seal failure analysis, or complete rotating equipment reliability? I'm Master X, and this is 3D Decode. See you in the next engineering breakdown.